Hi, welcome. I'm Gigi, and this is Color Me Happy, and today is day 11. And to be honest with you, I wasn't sure when this was going to happen. Today has been one of those crazy days in the middle of summer. Not really summery, but not really rainy or gray or inside. I have two children packing and moving out, and chaos is all over my house. Here I am thinking, okay, what am I going to do next? So this is definitely Casual Friday. Um, and the other thing that happened is my order came in from the brand new catalog. And I'm reaching over here. Excuse me for looking off because I have so much stuff right here. But the new August to December catalog, handmade for you. And I am so excited to show this to you. Um, I can't show you the whole catalog, of course, but I got all my stuff that I ordered. And rather than overload you with all of the products I got, I figured every day I would show you something different. And some of them will be Christmas in July, and some of them will be fun stuff like today. Today is my brother's birthday. He married a lovely Danish woman many, many years ago. And one of the things that I have always known about her is that she has always been into trolls and gnomes, and they're all over the house and in the garden. And so when I saw one of the holiday catalog stamp sets, I knew I had to make a card for them. Well, since it's my brother's birthday, I'm going to spotlight that stamp set. I can't wait to show you with a couple of other things. I will admit, as I said, today was such a crazy day. I'm going to show you all the elements and the steps that I used to make the card, but I'm not going to put a second card together at the end because I ran out of time. So, just as a reminder, oh my goodness, look at all of you that came on. I was thinking I was going to be here by myself. Trudy, and I was really thinking Lori and Norma, Nancy, Patricia. Welcome, all of you. Diana. Oh, you're making me feel so good. I was so afraid I was talking to nobody, and I said, okay, I'm just going to talk. Thank you for coming on. Do you love the gnomes? I know some of you have seen the catalog. Uh, it's so exciting. Wait till you see what I did with it. It's so much fun. So, don't forget, for every $50 you spend now, you'll have $5 to spend in August when you can get the whole catalog. Well, you can get the whole catalog now if you are a demonstrator. And then you can spend more in August, which is what I'm going to be doing. I've gotten quite a bit of codes back already. So I can't, I know, Linda, it is way too tempting. As I said, wait till you see what I did with the gnomes. I did spend a lot of time today doing it because I just wasn't sure what I was doing, and I spent a lot of time looking at it. So just you wait and see. As a matter of fact, I've just decided I'm putting something over the card so you can see what I used it with. So, next. What's next? I don't know. What's next? I'm looking at all these things, and I'm just trying to be surreptitious, I think. So, then the other thing that you want to remember is the paper pumpkins. If you have not ordered the add-on, which I haven't yet either, but I've got to do it before the paper pumpkin actually goes out. The paper pumpkin goes out at the 10th. If you're not a paper pumpkin fan, I would definitely suggest it because I get 3 a month, and I usually sell 2, sometimes 3 to customers who want to join my Zooms. Hey, Kathy, you're coming in from Australia, right? Well, good morning. I think it's morning for you. 2 months in a row of orders. I love it, Norma. It is just so exciting. So, I'm going to start with the paper I used, and I've got the plastic on it, and I'm going to kind of slide it off. So the DSP I used to go with the gnomes was the Forever Ferns, and the one that I specifically used was just pull it out for you. I mean, this is gorgeous paper. If you have not seen this paper yet, you haven't ordered it, it's gorgeous. This is the one that I used right here for the card. And you have all of these. So I really took the Christmas element out of these gnomes. Wait till you see. And they're just gorgeous. I mean, look at these here. I just, the patterns, the designs, the watercolor, anything watercolor always gets me. So let me just pull out the next two. Well, there's three, but there you go. There's that pattern. And there's one more pattern under here. There's that pattern. It's just, oops, sorry. And I'm going in the wrong direction here. I'm videoing. What do you need?
We're having a debate.
Okay, can I come and do the debate in 15-20 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So my children are home entertaining with their cousins. So that was another distraction I've had today, is they're thinking, but look at this paper. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I used this paper in the card with the gnomes because obviously ferns and everything else goes with that. Oh, Kathy is in Wisconsin. Karen? Is Karen from Australia? Somebody is. I'll have to remember. Well, welcome, Kathy. Oh, wait till you see. All right, so I used Grace's Garden. Actually, I pulled this out and I possibly was going to put some elements in there. So I cut all these elements out and I haven't put them on there yet, although I still haven't decided. So maybe you guys can give me a just, you know. So I cut all these elements out and was thinking about putting them on the card, but I haven't done that yet. So I've got these elements out. And then I used Awesome at Any Age, and At Least You're Always Younger Than Me. Okay. And then here's the gnomes. And this tree here, I want to get the, there you go. These are just so adorable. So this is a gnomes for the holiday. There's no place like gnome for the Christmas season. You're a friend like no mother. A little Christmas wish. Holly jolly everything. They have the tree trunk with the lights around it. And the little pebbles. And we have the guy with the bell. The young lady with her Christmas tree. And this guy with the mistletoe and a Christmas ornament. Now, I love this, but I did not make a Christmas card. I made a birthday card. And this is the birthday card with that. And it goes just like that. I hope that you enjoy this. But I thought I would show you, and this is one of the things that took a long time. And you might be hearing fireworks outside my house someplace. Nancy, if you're on, can you tell me where they're being let off? I think it's across the street, but not sure. Lots of them are going off. So here's the little gnome guy. This is the gate from the die set garden gateway right there. I use that and I cut that out and it's right here. And I'm going to show you how I made this out of this. And then I used this little guy and this little guy, and I did some fussy cutting. I rarely do fussy cutting, but this worked so well together. I just couldn't stand it. It was so cute. And I'm like, now I'm not 100% sold on this, but something has to go up there. And I would like something, you know, another kind of shape, but I'm not sure which one it is. Great. Oh, Stevie's nephew. So there you go. That's my card. And I started with this. And this is what I have been waiting for. I told you they were coming. Here is the new paintbrush set. This paintbrush, I had the other two paintbrushes out. So let me just show you the comparison. These are the old water aqua painters. Okay, look at the size of these two. And this is the fine. So the fine is even smaller than the old aqua painter. And I would say it's close to the large here. It's almost the same. But I would say that the Brussels, yeah, this one I can speak goodly English. The brushed tips are so much more, they bounce back more. And that's what you want with watercolor. So I used the smallest one. I started with crumb cake. And I decided the light was coming from the right-hand side on everything, okay? So the dark is going to be the left. So when you're doing some painting and things like that, you want to make a decision, conscious decision. You get to decide because you're the one making the art. Simple as that. So I started on the right side, on the left side, and I just and I decided the sun was coming from the top, so anything underneath, and this has a little thing there, you can see the line there, so it helps you. And I did the same thing all the way down on the the left-hand side, starting from the left, going to the right. I just kind of, can you see me dipping into the paint, the ink? There, is that better? So I'm sorry if my neighbor is, yeah, my neighbor is definitely, can you hear it on the video, the firecrackers? But yes, I'm going to do this right here like this. And I'm going to do the top here a little bit just because you want to make sure that you can see it when I put it on that. And I'm going to just brush it down. I'm going to brush along the bar here. And I'm just kind of following the whole outline of the die cut. I mean, no one says we can't color these die cuts. And I just love adding to this gate. It's just so beautiful. And you can make it look like a stamp just by doing a little bit of watercolor. And this is on the shimmery white paper, which holds the watercolor great. And then just like this and up under here. So I'm going on the top here, but then under here like this, because this is to that side. And again here, just like that. All right, just like that. Simple, right? I did it pretty quickly. And then I took early espresso. Now I did have some paper towel ready because I thought I should blot it a little bit, because when I put it down the first time it looked too green. There's actually a lot of green in early espresso, and I used it in the back areas here where it's dark. But watch what happens when I dot it. The brown comes out more. Sometimes I just use this technique, and I'm going to get the hinges down. And you can feel this. There's an actual, there's an impression there, like a impressions folder here. And watch what I do when I dot it. It just comes out a little lighter and dries a little lighter. Looks a little bit more brown. Just like that. And I'm just going in here where the gate would be in, you know, if you were looking at a gate and these were on the other side. And then down here like this. Just like that. Just like that. And then dot it out like that, just to kind of take some of the sharpness off of it. And there it is. It's drying out nicely. I'm going to take a little bit of this, put it in here with that. Put it in here. And yeah, down here at the bottom of the gate. And in the center here. Now, after I've done that, clean my brush, I'm going to show you something when you put the cover on. Now they made a nice sleek design. Take your brush, make sure you've got all the bristles. Do you see how I'm just grabbing that, just pulling it straight down? Be very gentle and careful when you put the brush tip in so you don't fold any of the bristles back. When it comes to this brush, I think, and this one is not really that wet. See, I squeezed it to get the water down. Here it's going. There it is. Make sure it's wet so those bristles will stay tight together. And really be careful when you're putting them in, because you don't want to do this. You don't want to get the bristles caught out. If you have to, hold it in like this, put the top on, then slide it on. You want to really be careful of your bristles on that. And I'm missing one right here. All right. So that's the first part of the fence. Let it dry a little bit. And then, if you notice, I did something else. I took a Stampin' Write marker. And then I just drew gently along the lines, just like this. Nothing really big, especially in these corners here. Okay, and then down at the bottom, just like this. Just do a line. Does not have to be exact. As a matter of fact, it probably looks better if it's not exact. And down there, and these, and there are those impression things there, and just come down like that. And I again still stayed on basically on the left side. Are you seeing? I just want to make sure. And keep going down like that. Follow those lines. Go in here. And then I came up along this side here. Went under here. Up a little bit. Came around this side. And down here like that. Did under the bottom. And maybe a little there. That's it. I just followed the line of most of the cutout, but it gives you a little bit more definition, so it's not just that plain white gate, and it kind of fits with the rest of the card. Then, after I was done, I went straight up the embossing part of it, and then I bent these over at the hinges. Now I know I did not color the inside. If I was going to be really anal, I would color the inside so it would look like the outside. But since I wanted it to look more like this, so you could see this but not see it, that's how I did the gate. Then I took these two guys, and I have all my blends up here. So I was just looking at my whole palette to say, okay, what do I want? Well, I think I started, and I didn't pull all the colors down because I was like, I want to see them together before I start them. And the first thing I needed to do was a red door. And the reason I needed to do a red door is because my sister-in-law's favorite color is red, my brother's wife, and gnomes are in some way, shape, or form associated with red. So it was imperative that red had to be a huge part of this design. She's Danish. The flag is white and red, so red was it. So I decided, and besides, the red door stands out really well. And this is Poppy Parade. So I just did a Poppy Parade door because it's nice and bright. right around the lights. And then, which I think I did that dark. Oh, and I did this here. And I just touched that up like that. And down like that. Okay, so I started with the red door. And then I decided to start with crumb cake, dark crumb cake on the tree stump. And I just came up along the lines here, just like that. And I came in here a little bit. And just like that. I'm not doing everything. You know how I feel about leaving white spaces. I didn't end up leaving white spaces in the trunk, but I did use several different colors. So, and yeah. So there was the dark. Here I'm going to put the light in first. This is the light crumb cake. Just to kind of blend that together a little bit. So that okay, so now it's blended together a little bit. But it needs more color. So I went with the light cinnamon cider. Oh, wrong side. I know, every time I want to read it, it's the wrong side. And I'm just, again, following up along those lines again to give some depth to it. It's got some red to it, but I think that that's kind of cool. Okay. So now I've got something that's starting, and then the last color I used, oh, I'm sorry. I just bumped it. I apologize. I'm going to make you all dizzy. So the last color I used was the light soft suede, just to put that cinnamon cider in there with a little bit of other color to make it, it's kind of like between the red and the coolness of the crumb cake. And there you go. And so now it has some sort of shape to it. It's got some depth to it. And it's not all one color. I think I might have used a little, I can see it, I used a little bit of the dark soft suede in just a couple of places, just so that it would give the impression. Yeah. Just light touches. So there's a darkness to some of the spots, like right in there. Yeah. All right, there you go. So that was the tree trunk. Then I went with the Granny Apple Green light for the leaves. And I did those first, and the grass. And then I put some old olive white light into the grass and the leaves, just to give them, again, some depth. All right, where's my old olive light? Just in here. Not a whole lot. Just down. Give it a little bit of darkness. Down by the edge. And maybe a little in front of the door. Because we're going to color some of that with the crumb cake light with the pebbles. Wrong one. We're just going to follow along there, round the pebbles like that. And I just went all the way down here like this. Give myself, and I didn't want this to be a straight line because when I put it down and I cut it out, it looks more interesting here when I don't use a straight line. Oops, sorry. Do you see how that's not a straight line right there? I kind of curved it. It kind of blends in with the ferns if I don't make it a straight line. And that's one of the reasons I wanted the pattern behind it. I did use a little bit of the Crumb Cake Dark right around some of the pebbles that are there. Just like that. And then I went back to the Crumb Cake Lights just to make sure it would blend in correctly. It's already blending a little bit, but oops, wrong end. I do like the brush end more than I like the pointed end. Just like that. Okay. All right. And then for the lights, I used Daffodil Delight light. And I wanted yellow lights because I figured that with yellow lights, it looked more like twinkle lights rather than Christmas lights. And then I used Granite Gray light, and I went into each one of these, and I basically just put a dot there, and then on the doorknob and the pebbles. And then I went to Granite Gray Dark just to add some depth with the paintbrush. Just again, a little bit of a dot just to give us two different colors. Give us variation right there. Just like that. And the last thing I did was use, I believe it's Balmy Blue. Yes. Nope, that was Seaside Spray. It was Balmy Blue. I think. Is Balmy Blue? No, that's Night of Navy Light. Where's my... Oh, there it is. This one. Like, where's my Balmy Blue? Right there. Just a little bit in the window. Not a lot. Just a little blue. And that's it. Then... And that's the tree trunk. And this was pretty easy to cut out. Just come around here. Remember, it's behind the fence. So, and I usually cut out around like this and then go in for any tight cuts afterwards. And like that. But it's behind the fence, so accuracy, although you want to have a good clean cut, it's not going to show any of your going rogue. And I would take this right off here so I could get cut into here. Cut again in there. And then around. Am I showing you? Yes. I have to keep looking because I'm so focused on cutting that I forget to make sure that it's in camera view. I apologize for that. All right. Something like that. And this can just pull right out. And then I come back over here, cut in here, and cut like that. People say that fussy cutting can be so long and arduous. That was easy. And that fits right behind this on the card. Just like that. And then the next thing, oh, here he is. Next thing I want to do is do this guy here. I also used the, Night of Navy Light. Night of Navy Light for the hat. And this matches so nicely with the Misty Moonlight, which is what I used for the sentiment at the top. So I have Night of Navy, but I also did it for his pants, like he was wearing blue jean overalls. Just down here like this, and right like there. And then for his, I went back to Poppy Parade for his sleeves, so he could wear red sleeves. And did I use cinnamon cider? Yes. Cinnamon cider light for his shoes. Great brown color for his shoes. Petal pink. Is that tight? I always want to make sure my covers are tight. Petal pink light for his hands and his face and his nose. Just right in there like that. And his hands. And then his beard. I started with Smoky Slate Light. Wrong one. Brush. Notice I'm leaving white spaces. And then I went back in with the Granite Gray, which is just a smidge lighter, so that we can brush them together. And you can see. And then just a touch of Smoky Gray, Smoky Slate, dark in just a couple of the areas, especially down near the bottom, just like that. And there you go. There's my little guy. Then I used the Simply Snail to put the tree trunk on. Then I put the gate on top of it. I used dimensionals here. I used dimensionals. I actually cut dimensionals off the edges of my mini dimensional pieces, but you can do it from here. I cut these things off on the mini dimensional edge, so that, and here I cut a piece right here, so that I could cut and put them right around there, and that would open like that. And I put this guy on with dimensionals as well. Here I am not showing it to you. I'm sorry. So that is how I used the gnome for the holidays for a birthday card for my brother in July. I'm not putting it together because, to be honest with you, it took me until it was 8:15 before I actually finished putting this card together between everything else I was doing. So I don't have the card cut out or the paper background to put it all together, and I'd still have to cut out the little guy. But I just thought I'd show this to you because I did not want to give up after 10 days. I was going to continue with this, and I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed my coloring lesson. Oh, yes, so this was my last question. I wasn't sure if I was going to put a little of these on here. Oops. And down here. Like this. And like this. Hadn't decided yet whether those belong there or not. What do you think? Oh, definitely, Marilyn, you have to try. It's one of the reasons I'm doing this 100 days. I'm going to make sure that everybody feels more and more comfortable about coloring. This is really so much fun. So tell me what you think. Do you think I should add the flowers on the fence and down here at the bottom? Or should I just leave it with the fern? I wasn't sure which way, so that's why they're not on there. But I had fun coloring this today. I had a lot of, it's too busy. That's what I thought. Thank you, Nancy. I like it the way it is. It looks more woodsy this way. Thank you, Linda. I agree. And that's why I kept thinking, do I want something with a different shape there? But that kind of echoes the arch without being too busy. One of those things I keep thinking one way or the other. But you'll laugh at the inside. At least you'll always be younger than me. He's a year younger than me. Are you leaving?
I am.
All right. Goodbye, Cody.
See you later.
Yep. So, there you go. I hope you will try and color. This is so much fun. I spent all day today looking at this and trying different ways to color things. So I hope you think about it. And I'll be doing a lot more coloring. If you have questions, if you want to learn about something, let me know. I'm going to pop myself back over here and say thank you for joining me on my Casual Friday. I've been in these clothes all day. I've been sitting here coloring, not doing much, but I did want to come on show you guys a fun thing to do with a holiday card or a holiday stamp set for the middle of July, and show you. I will be showing you more of the holiday stamp sets that I got. I'm really excited about it. All of these wonderful new things that I've got. And if you haven't ordered, you should think about it. You can always go to my website. I'm always happy to share. I hope you'll come back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what time because there's like 6 different things I have to do tomorrow. But I'll be on. Thank you so much. If you haven't made a comment and you've been on, make a comment. If you share it, oh, duh, we have one more thing to do, don't we? Let me go find it. We have to get our Facebook drawing for the paper. I'm going to show it to you, although you can't see me. I mean, I can't see you right now because I am getting the drawing ready. I bet I have to sign into the site because I did it so long ago. Let me just sign in again. Hang on. There it goes. All right. This is for yesterday's. So I'm also going to give this away tonight as well. So yesterday, if you made a comment or if you shared, I put your name in twice, which I just did. All right, so let me go over here now. Now that that's all signed in again, let me just go right here to here. There we go. All right, so you guys can all see this now. Let me manipulate it. If you made a comment last night or if you shared, this looks like everybody that shared, you get to be in the drawing for, this was last night's, I'm also going to do it for tonight. So it's a 6x6 of, and it's Diana McNally McCall. So Linda, Diana, I will send this to you. Linda, I got yours out today from yesterday. And let me switch myself over. And, yeah, so Diana, I will be sending you out a 6x6 of that lovely paper, and whoever enters into the drawing for tomorrow night, I'll send out another one. I'm really happy to do these things, especially since I have so much of it in my craft room. It's really forcing me to use the things I have. I'm happy that you have come, and if you want to be in the drawing for tomorrow night, make a comment. If you share the video with somebody else, put shared on there, I can tell that you've shared it, then you'll be put in twice. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you tomorrow night for day 12. We keep rolling on, and have a great evening.